Cyberpunk 2077. It's a hot topic.
It's a very hot topic.
Has been for a while, but after E3,
Very, very hot topic.
that's
Sizzling.
gone up. Temperature has risen on Cyberpunk 2077. I don't know if you remember this, but we have on the podcast in the past talked about either Cyberpunk or other things with CD Projekt Red, where as a Polish developer who just doesn't give a fuck and doesn't have the same, I need to be offended about absolutely everything that happens mentality that North America seems to have right now, they've come under fire, and we've talked about it a few times, from journalists and other people about the content of their games or how they have handled their social media, et cetera, et cetera. They pull the race card basically anywhere they possibly can, whatever. So that has, after this last E3 event and the demo that they showed, that has happened again. I can't remember the publication. I didn't write it down. That's probably a good thing. We don't want to give these people more shine than they deserve because, well, to be honest with you, if you're a journalist doing this, you need a new job. Getting upset about the fact, now keep in mind, some context here. This journalist, white dude.
Okay.
In America.
All right.
Okay. So that's step one. Journalist upset about Cyberpunk 2077's demo saying it's racist against the blacks.
Oh, yeah. Did he actually use that? Against the blacks?
Wherever I sourced this, I think was wording it somewhere around in that neighborhood.
Okay.
African Americans.
It's better.
Ignore, and then I have written down here is that it ignores the entire demo from the previous year. So in the last E3 event, so I guess before I get into that, so you remember you never got to see the full demo from this year.
No, but I went back and rewatched it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so,
I didn't see it live, but I went and watched it on YouTube.
Right, fire.
Yes.
So
it looks good.
It does look very good. So in this demo, it's a black character is causing a bunch of problems for this white character, and then there's this entire gang of Haitians. I think it was Haiti. Haitian. I think it was Haiti.
They're dark.
It was Haiti. No, it was Haiti or somewhere else. Shit, it might have been something else. Anyway, but they. Oh my God, was it Haiti? It doesn't matter.
They're black, Adam.
They're black, but it was specific to the characters. Like they're actually like in the game.
There's a reason why they're black. Adam.
They are from there. Like their whole shtick is like. So anyway, they're part of this group called the Animals. And the leader of this group, not that he mentioned it, is a giant beast of a woman, called what was her name? It's something obscure. Like Sasquatch or some crazy, anyway, just like something like that, right? And this gang's entire like MO is to use as much cybernetic enhancements, et cetera, to be the biggest, the fastest, the strongest, the craziest. They're animals. Animals in that sense.
Yes.
Like when you call somebody like an absolute animal, like they're sports or something, they're an absolute fucking animal.
You're an animal.
You're not. That's not a negative.
Beast mode.
That's not a negative thing to say.
No.
That's you're taking the power side of the animal thing and going with that. However, this journalist saw some black people in a gang called the Animals and went, "Oh, well, we can't have that." And now we're killing the animals? Racism! Racists! I am offended for the black community! And so, that's basically what the article boils down to, is that.
Okay.
So, now we get some context. The man who wrote Cyberpunk 2077's world just so happens to be black.
Get fucked.
So
get fucked. Just as all.
That's all. You almost have to end it there. You just
or just get fucked. Get fucked. That's all I got to say about that.
So that was already a bit of a hurdle at that point, and then of course they respond to this journalist, and the general response to this was, stop telling me what to be offended about. As a white dude in America, stop telling me, a black guy who wrote this shit, what to be offended about. because you completely misconstrued pretty much every single thing you possibly could have for the sake of trying to look offended to be higher and mightier than everyone else.
Yeah. He wants
White knighting.
He wants some clicks on his piece.
That's right.
That's all that is.
It's fucking
He's a garbage journalist, bro.
bad.
Anybody with a laptop think they're a journalist. They just go out there and they just look for shit to complain about in hopes that it can make some headlines. And guys like you and I will talk about it.
Yes.
That's it.
But that's why I'm not mentioning the guy's name.
Oh, yeah, fuck that dude.
Or what publication he wrote for.
He's an idiot.
People probably figure out which publications at this point are doing it because it's usually the same couple.
I can make about 2 or 3 guesses right now. I guarantee it's one of them.
Probably.
So
that happens. And then they double down on it. He comes back out and he's like, well, just basically the distillation of it was, well, it's not as if members of any given community can't also write racist things about their own community.
It's not like it was a pack of monkeys or apes or something where you can misinterpret it a little bit. Even not even saying that would have been the case.
Jeff, we're getting hit up by the thick lip gang.
Yeah. I'd pull the racist card then. I'd pull the racist card then, bro. There's the thick lip, the
blackface crew.
Yeah, no, that'd be it. That'd be like, all right, now I'm angry. But they were called the damn animals.
The chicken and watermelon gang.
Yeah, straight up.
Led by the thick leader, Fried Chickeniqua. It's the animals. It's the animals. And anyway, so the other thing is that
lip gang. I almost want to be part of a crew called that. Just to fucking call it that.
Hey, for all you know, it could be a gang of females with particularly fat vaginas.
Could be.
That's female empowerment, body positivity. Thick lip.
I didn't
gang.
think it. See, there it is.
That's right. So the thing that they totally managed to forget, apparently in the calendar year, is that in the previous demo from last E3, the very black guy that was a problem in this one was the one that saved you from a white person in the first demo, and that everyone that you killed in the other demo was a bunch of white people. The whole time.
So
everyone was dead.
Reverse racism, I guess, right?
Well, and that was like the joke was like, and all the white people, they have cybernetically modified faces. Is that like some sort of like...
Oh.
Right? Like,
we have no representation anymore.
Tongue in cheek.
They're getting rid of all of our white.
And it's like it's almost as if in this literally the name of the game, Cyberpunk
2077.
This anything cyberpunk, it's like a dystopian future run by a bunch of gangs, shady governments, and powerful corporations. It's almost as if everyone's a fucking asshole killing each other.
Cyberpunk reminds me just like of Dread. If anybody out there has seen the newest version of Dread,
well, Dread borders on the cyberpunk.
It's so like the
like genre,
the gangsters and stuff in that.
Yeah.
Very like heavy drug oriented, weird haircuts, like cyber type tech. It's a cool period piece. It's a cool futuristic thing.
So that happened.
Okay.
And they doubled down on it.
It's not
after the creator of the goddamn who was black came out and said, "Shut your fucking whore white mouth."
Yep.
Well, he didn't say that.
He didn't say that, but he was thinking it. If he said it, it would have been a problem.
He probably thought about it.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely
thought worse.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's probably trying to come up with a way of not, saying you're a fucking idiot. Just.
Oh, he wrote off at least 3 or 4 white people in that game. After that, he's like, "Boys, we got to go back to the drawing board. We got to reanimate this. These motherfuckers dead."
You know what the solution to this is? Everyone's black.
Then it's a racist game, right?
That's right.
It's kind of like the
it's a social statement on the blacks holding themselves down and killing each other. Oh, that's racist.
It's deep.
What if everyone's just mocha? It's like 500 years in the future.
500 years, everyone's gonna be mocha
come
anyway.
Together and everyone's just mocha.
Everyone's gonna be mocha anyway, eventually.
Yeah. But
so
just like you would know as somebody who is half black yourself, you could be 1/16 black.
Yep.
You're black.
You're black. I think what a lot of it is when people consider you black or not. Even if you've got, like my son, for example, he's
bordering white.
He's bordering white. I mean, he's
pretty close. He's got a tan.
He's got a tan.
Yeah.
He will probably deal with a lot of ridicule
From both sides.
From both sides, right?
Yeah.
So you have the black side saying,
"You're not black enough.
You're not black, bruh. You're light. You're like light skin.
Yeah, you're not even Chris
right?
Brown.
You can't even
black.
drop an N-bomb.
No,
you're not even giving you that pass. Like maybe one black dude in the group will feel sorry for him and give him the
Logic's
pass.
darker than you, bro.
Logic. I don't know about that.
No, Logic's like albino.
Yeah, Logic. No, he's darker than.
I might actually be darker than
You
Logic.
might actually be darker than Logic. If you sat out in the sun for about 10 minutes, you've got Logic beat. Yeah. And then you're gonna have the people, like, even for him, like when he's filling out the boxes on like government IDs,
right.
and you have to select
what you're going to be.
if you're African American and stuff, right? He might select that, and they might like do a double take, like,
are you sure?
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Well, like, and I guess that's an interesting question because just like when you're in Canada, for example, when you're claiming Indigenous status,
yep.
you can only be like so far removed before it doesn't work anymore. So I'm wondering if they also have that.
It's not. How it works typically is if one of your parents is of African American descent, then you're good.
Okay.
Typically. And a lot of the time is also if you're just a visible minority.
Right.
Most people, like even people that are black that don't really look black, sometimes people ask questions, but if you even remotely look black, you can kind of play that card like I'm a visible minority.
Your
right?
skin might not be dark, but you have like features that would.
You could kind of tell you're not white. You could tell
off.
You could tell you're not like straight up Caucasian.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But I do believe, like, because I know I had to fill it out when I did my when I applied for scholarships, because that was a big thing, right? Especially when you're black.
Yeah.
There's different black scholarships depending if you have a single parent or whatever, because
income level, etc.
Income levels and so on and so forth, right? When I had to fill that out, they had to know, like, you know, if I'm a minority, what color my parents, they ask you all these questions, and as long as if I know on that one, on those ones, as long as one of your parents is black, then you're considered.
Oh, okay,
black.
That's it.
Yeah.
So does that mean that Kai is going to be
considered? Kai will be considered black.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I'm black,
right.
And I mean he's black, but on the checkbox.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just. Man, in the future, that's going to get weird.
It's going to get really weird because then if Kai, so think about this:
if Kai has
a son
or a daughter, I guess,
or a daughter, either one, and his wife is white, that kid is literally going to be fucking white.
Yeah.
Except there'll be like
there's a good chance that the hair might come through.
African American features.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I don't know how exactly that's going to work because.
Because now you're like what 1/8?
Yeah. You're bordering. You're bordering like I'm probably like 1/8 Asian if I looked hard enough. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
like who knows?
You
right?
have to go back very far.
Anyway,
it's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
So yeah, that's a thing that happened. And at the end of the day, I think that CD Projekt Red's got to the point where they're just straight up saying, I just don't care. Just shut the fuck up. And really, they should just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about white folks in North America feeling oppressed for other cultures. It's like they're going out of their way, and they always choose a subject in which the culture that they're supposed to be, or the race they're supposed to be feeling, angry for, isn't even reacting to it themselves. Like they don't even care about that topic. It's fucking insane.
No. And then when there's an actual problem. You don't hear anything. It's like it's honestly what I think what it is, and I could be off base on this, and I think what it is they want to feel like a hero. They want to be praised.
Well, that's just it.
They want to be praised.
It's
like
white knighting a race.
That's literally what it is.
Instead of Twitch white knighting every attractive woman.
And the funny thing about it is I don't know who this writer is, but. He's probably not even like that in his day-to-day life. He probably gives zero fucks about any of this. He probably isn't on his own personal Facebook accounts, like, campaigning for black rights and yada yada yada. It's just it's convenient for his purpose and his motive for his work, and he's going to go out there and he's going to try and pull on some heartstrings or get people angry so he can create some fucking chaos for his post and bring some clicks in. That's all it is.
It's embarrassing.
Of course it's embarrassing.
It's fucking embarrassing.
Stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid.
Like, I don't know how that guy writes that and isn't just deeply fucking embarrassed all the time.
Yes.
I would actually have trouble sleeping at night because I would feel so embarrassed about the fact that I did that. And that's especially true if he is doing it solely for his work and not like that in his day-to-day life.
Yes.
Because then he's going to have, cognitive dissonance where he's going, why am I doing this, or is this really, should I have, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas if he is like that in day-to-day and it just so happens to overlap into his work, then he's probably sleeping like an angel thinking that he's going out there doing God's work. Right?
He's not.
He's not.
Yeah, he's not. But
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just it's pretty friggin' crazy. I mean, it's similar to what we were talking about at the beginning of the cast, and you were talking about when you mentioned briefly that your son and getting his shots, and then people are like piping up and going nuts over it. It's just funnily enough, Dad and I were sitting out on the deck. We were at the homestead. We talked about anti-vax when we were sitting on the porch. And Danny points like,
oh yeah, he's
just,
I know.
like, his people are
no, I know. Yeah, dude.
Choice words.
Yeah,
stupid.
Yeah, it's bordering
not intelligent.
It's bordering flat earthers, man. It's
it is.
It's literally bordering that.
So every and I lump this in with that group where it's every time that societies around the world over history have gotten to a point where the average person is so comfortable. There's always it's like they get bored. They start looking for reasons to be involved in something to make them feel like they're actively doing something.
Like they're woke, bro.
Like they're doing something good.
Yeah.
Right? And or that they're involved in something, bigger than themselves. And sometimes they just create shit when they can't find it. They just create shit and make it up and just run with it, or they bandwagon some other dumb shit and throw caution to the wind. And the term for that, essentially, for all intents and purposes, it's it's at least in the same vein as anti-intellectualism, which is throughout history, every major civilization has hit this point where the average person starts to not trust the intellectuals of the society that they're in, whether that's a scientist or whatever. So you're seeing, scientists, climate change isn't fucking real. The earth is flat. Fucking, essential oils are going to save my child. And then, oops, nope, no, it didn't. And now I feel like an asshole. And all of that kind of lumps in with this anti-intellectualism where they look at it and they go, this, it's like it's too inconvenient for me for this to be right, and I need to go fight something. So fuck it. I'm listening to who was it? Jenny McCarthy.
Who?
The girl, it was like the main girl who was like the start of the real start of the anti-vax movement as far as celebrities go.
I have no idea.
I want to say it was because that was fucking what's his name's wife, freaking Jim Carrey, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think it was
believe
her.
it's her.
I think it was her that started that shit, or was one of the forefront people. But yeah, it's insane. So the scary thing is, and when
it is Jim Carrey's wife,
right? So
ex-wife.
With that,
I think, right.
The scariest part is that even when they get shown everything, they just don't believe it. So like with the anti-vaxxers, and we'll get back to games here in a second. With the anti-vaxxers, they funded their own third-party study. Because the only thing that they say about this anti-vax thing is that is autism.
Causes autism.
And really one of my favorite parts about that is you have two choices. Your child has autism and probably leads, for the most part, a relatively normal life.
Yeah.
Or they die.
Yes.
Oh, and not insignificantly.
Not only do they die,
painful death.
They help other people die.
Yeah. Which of those two seems like so? Even if. Fielding the idea that was reality.
There's a chance that your son or
Who
daughter.
Who the fuck chooses that?
No one. Well, there are people, but yes.
So they go and fund this study, and then the study comes back and goes, "Oh, by the way, you guys are unfortunately wrong." And then they take that and they go, "Nope, sweep that under the rug, and keep going. So even when they're presented, even when they've gone out of the way, it's like people go, flat earthers, send them up into space. They won't believe it. They always have an excuse. It's, the space helmets that we use are rounded, so it makes the Earth look round when you look through it. Or
they haven't even gone, to my knowledge, they haven't no one's ever been gone to space. People have been offered.
They haven't, but that's the thing. That's what I just described is the first thing that they say is the helmet that they force you to wear if you get sent up. What the astronauts wear, because there's no fucking air. And it's the most sensible shape. It's on a cube. To go up, it makes it look round.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter what you put in front of them.
Yeah, but why don't they just wear the helmet and look at anything else in the world? It won't make it look round. So why would the Earth be the thing that looks round?
Because they're literally retargeted.
It just doesn't make sense. You put a helmet on, I'm looking at you. You're normal.
Yeah.
I go and I look at, I don't know, the spaceship. It looks normal. I look at buildings and cars. It looks normal. I look at the Earth. It looks round. It must be the helmet.
Yes. Yes. I mean, you could literally turn on a stove and say to them, that element's hot. If you put your hand on it, shit's gonna burn. And they'll go, no, it won't. You're lying to me. You're just part of the establishment trying to brain control me right now and put a chip in me because it's the Antichrist and you're buying up a bunch of coffins and shit and the world's coming to an end. It's New World Order. That stove represents the new fucking world order. That shit ain't burning shit. And you go, all right, put your hand on it. No, I don't feel like it.
I don't want to.
No. Like, all right, I'm gonna.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do. And then eventually they come around and go, all right, I'm gonna do it.
Ah! No, but my hand was hot already.
Hey, look. That didn't happen. Stupid people scare the fuck out of me. See, here's the thing, and I'll wrap up with this: is that anti-intellectualism before the internet, it was just pockets of people in cities and whatever towns around the world, whatever the fuck, right? Yeah. Pretty contained.
Yeah,
they had to go a long way to get to the next group of people that might share the same thoughts as them.
Yes.
Now the internet allows them to find each other
quickly,
easily, and reaffirm. They go, oh,
you're right. No, absolutely.
Affirmation bias. My God, there's other people that think the same thing as I do.
I'm not stupid after all.
It has to be right now.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah. We're in 2019.
Buckle up, bro.
I'm scared for my boy.
Buckle up.
I'm scared.
Buckle up. Although I will say, though, that thankfully, I can't remember what major U.S. city it was. I want to say it was New York, but they just passed that you're not allowed to go to a public school or something, somewhere in the States. You're not allowed to go to a public school without having your vaccinations.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to be irresponsible, send your kid to somewhere else where other irresponsible kids can go.
Send your kid to your own home.
Yeah.
And homeschool them.
Yeah.
Which scares me a bit because then you have idiots teaching the children, and that's scary in and of itself.
Yeah.
But at least they won't give the rest of the population space aids.
Yes. I'm going to tell you right now, as a parent, I'd be pretty fucking salty if I found out there were several kids in my son's class that have not been vaccinated. I'd be absolutely salt. The wounds would be the salt wounds would be very, very raw.
Well, basically, what you do is you go and you'd find other parents that are like you.
Yeah.
And then you go to the school board and you go, all right, here's your options here. If any of our children get any kind of space aids from these vapid, brainless, oxygen thief,
it's not the kid's fault.
Shouldn't have been
it's
parents.
Parents. Yeah, parents. Yeah.
Okay, we get any of that shit, we are going to sue you so deep into the ground that you think that the Nova Scotia Teachers Pension Fund is $1.4 billion in the hole. Shit's about to double.
Quick,
buckle the fuck up.
Yeah,
get her done.
Yeah,
go out there, write it in. They're not here unless they've got their vaccinations. Full stop.
Yep.
Full fucking stop.
Yep.
That's it. I can tell you right now. That'll stop quick.
Super quick.
Super fucking quick.
Super quick.